My name is Amy Groswald, and my research project is titled The Carbamate Insecticide Methomyl Induces Disruption to Hepatic Metabolism and Glutathione Production in Mice Liver. Methomyl is a carbamate insecticide, which is an organophosphate pesticide that works by reversibly inactivating the enzyme acetylcholinesterase to kill the insects through cholinergic poisoning. Methomyl is a restricted-use pesticide that is acutely toxic to humans and animals out in wildlife. Recently, the EPA concluded that methomyl is likely to adversely affect many threatened and endangered species in their habitat. Studies have already shown adverse effects of methomyl on kidney and reproductive health, and there's limited human data on potential impacts of methomyl on liver health and disease. In a non-human study using rabbit models, an insecticide in the same class as methomyl caused non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. This project stems off from a human exposome project that my mentor, Dr. Matt Cave, was involved with in collaboration with Indiana University, where they had 150 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease subjects, and they found different environmental chemicals were associated with either hepatic steatosis or fibrosis. Plasma methomyl levels were found to be positively associated with steatosis severity in adult non-alcoholic fatty liver disease patients. The research they have done this year demonstrated that methomyl is a metabolism-disrupting chemical associated with 80% of the plasma metabolome in those same subjects. My project is a reverse translational project that essentially involves creating an animal model study to examine this association. In this study, a mice model is used to test if methomyl exposure alters liver phenotype and causes disruption of pathways to lipid metabolism and oxidative stress responses. A total of 40 mice were assigned to 4 different groups of methomyl doses ranging from 0 to 5 milligrams per kilogram of methomyl. They were gavaged every day for a total of 18 days, and daily body weights were recorded. Food consumption was recorded 4 times throughout the study, and on day 14, a glucose tolerance test was performed. At the end of the study, liver weights were recorded and plasma was analyzed. H&E and a PAS stain were performed along with high-performance liquid chromatography. To analyze the data, one-way ANOVA tests were used with an alpha value of 0.05. The highest methomyl dose group in this study had a statistically significant weight loss compared to all other groups, despite similar food consumption patterns. Methomyl exposures in this animal study were associated with a dose-dependent increase in liver-to-body weight ratios. Glucose tolerance tests showed better controlled glucose levels despite less insulin, which could signify better insulin sensitivity. The glucose tolerance test showed similar trends between the groups, but the area under the curve for the highest methomyl dose group was smaller than that of the control group. Plasma insulin was lower in the 2.5 mg per kilogram methomyl dose group. Plasma non-HDL cholesterol, LDL, and total cholesterol to HDL ratio were all decreased in the highest methomyl dose group, and plasma liver enzymes were not increased. The top 2 pictures to the right are comparing a control group with the highest methomyl group, and it may be difficult to see on this poster, but the H&E stain revealed increased vacuolization in the 5 mg per kilogram methomyl group. The bottom 4 pictures are also comparing the control group with the highest methomyl group, but these pictures were taken after the PAS stain was performed. The darker pink areas correlate with larger amounts of glycogen. As you can see, the amount of glycogen was decreased with exposure to the highest methomyl dose. High-performance liquid chromatography revealed increased glutathione levels and increased glutathione to oxidized glutathione ratio levels at all doses of methomyl exposure. Not graphically pictured on this poster include the findings that mRNA levels of NRF2 itself, along with 2 genes that contribute to the rate-limiting step in glutathione synthesis, were lower in mice exposed to the lowest concentration of methomyl. In conclusion, mice exposed to methomyl showed signs of liver injury, but paradoxically had increased hepatic levels of glutathione. While non-alcoholic fatty liver disease was not obvious on histology, methomyl clearly has had an impact on multiple pathways that contribute to lipid metabolism. Combining other factors like a high-fat diet as a secondary hit in the future to this animal model could exaggerate these observed hepatic and metabolic disruptions and allow for exploration of methomyl as a causative agent in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Thank you.